And we are back. Falcons franchise. And as you can see, we have made a trade with the Minnesota Vikings. We have acquired Kirk Cousins, Ezra Cleveland, and a 2024 sixth-round pick. And they got quarterback Chris Horn and a 2024 seventh-round pick. We do have to cut a player. I think we've got to cut you. Now, our quarterback position has not been very good lately, so he went out and got Kirk Cousins. He's on the last year of his deal, so if we don't, and he is 35, so he's probably done as a starting quarterback. It's probably his last ride. And we do also have a free agent fit. I'd say we want an offensive player. Melvin Gordon or T.Y. Hilton. Let's see the defensive options. Cardo Allen or A.J. Boye. See, the thing is, I'm not interested in any of these guys besides Melvin Gordon, so I reckon we are going to quickly adjust our roster. It's a shame, buddy. There you go. I do want to still keep Steve Wesley. So, we just cut him for no reason then. So we are going to release Javion Hawkins. And we are going to bring in halfback Melvin Gordon. And we're also going to here he is. We're going to bring you back to the practice squad and just kind of pretend none of that happened. Because Javion Hawkins cannot be a practice squad player, because in Madden, you can only be a practice squad player if it is you are in your first 3 seasons. And unfortunately, he is in year 4. So, Luke Brockers, you get to remain on the team for an extra week. You might as well upgrade these guys. They're probably not ever going to play, but, you know, these guys will be on the roster at the start of next year, I'd assume. We just kind of beat these guys up a bit in hopes that, you know, they become, I wouldn't say key players, but players on our team. Like, we drafted Josh Waddle, or Waddle, like, pretty early on. So did Tevin Childers. And Tevin Childers, I'd say, probably has the most potential to make this team. Philip Giacobbe, I guess, also has a lot of potential, but besides speed, he is pretty bad. So it's kind of a, do we just want him for speed? And to have him take up a whole roster spot? Or do we just want to kind of have him on the practice squad these first few years? But a player I am very interested in is Robert Rochelle and Cole Pryor. As I mentioned, I believe in the previous episode, out of all these 5 cornerbacks we have, only one of them is going to be under contract for next year at the moment, and that is Bradley Roby, who is playing down to an 80 overall and is 31. And he's only going to be on a 1-year deal after that. He's probably going to be a high 70. So, as we do have, actually, a message. We have a bye week. Morgan Moses. Extra preparation. We're 2-4. We're a year removed from the Super Bowl. Like, it's bad. I say a year, like, a season gap, I should say. We gotta get working as well. Okay, we don't really have any training, I guess. I don't know. I guess we just advance. There we go. Run this. Now, I did also notice something very interesting from the Vikings. I was trying to acquire Adam Thielen in that trade initially. So I was also trying to acquire Brian O'Neill, who's their right tackle, because we do need a right tackle more than any position on the offensive line. But even if it was just Chris Horn for Brian O'Neill, they wouldn't have done it. And I wanted Kirk Cousins or Kellen Mond in return, so it was kind of bad for us. So we then settled on Ezra Cleveland. They wouldn't do Adam Thielen either. They probably would have done it straight up, but the package I wanted for Chris Horn, because Chris Horn's a young quarterback with star dev, rookie deal. Like, it's obvious, like, I want him back. I think we're gonna probably give him the max contract, 7 years. He's worth it, I'd say. William Jackson. I'd say a 1-year deal is fine, but 12 mil. I'm not paying you 12 mil for 1 year when you're probably gonna regress a decent bit. We're probably gonna wait for you until after, the off season, not the off season, but like after the season to see what you regress to and if you still have superstar. So that's the whole point with you. You're 30, like you're at the age of regression. I don't really want to risk you paying 12, however much, 12 point whatever. For you to just regress. Nolik Benagne is not a high overall, but at the same time, I feel like he'll be good enough. We're honestly at the point where we might have to just bring back TJ Green just because of how slim cornerback is going to get. Unless if we, prioritize drafting one, which I just don't really think we're going to do. But this is also the last week for us to put any guys on the trade block. In terms of guys who I would see probably on the move, Chris Wormley. I believe you might be on the last year your deal. You are. We'll put Chris Wormley on the trade block. I doubt he has any interest around the league, but there may be that team that is interested. Like a team that's competing, who's just like desperate for that position. And hopefully he's better than free agent options, and people will be like, yeah, it's the worst that can happen. Yeah, I don't know what this means. I feel like this means the national guy, like, if I put him to a specific position, like a specific spot. This is right guard, left guard, so I don't know what this means. I'm just gonna back out and probably leave that up to the staff, I guess. Oh, it's gone now, so I guess I did it. Freddie's ready to negotiate. We still can't negotiate, and we're not going to anyway, because we're done with our bye week, and we are still in contention for the playoffs. We are going up against the 4-3 Jaguars. We would currently have the 12th pick, and they have us taking Rasheem Brooks. I don't remember, but there was like a cornerback that was like saying to keep an eye on, and I forgot the name. I feel like it was you, so we're gonna favorite you. I feel like it may have been Barnett as well, so we'll favor Barnett. And other than that, I think it may have been Trayvon Portis. We'll put Portis on there. Okay, hold on. Okay, he's a 2-3 guy, so yeah, we'll keep him favorited. If we also finish with a bad pick in Kirk Cousins, we're gonna favor you. You probably, it's smart. Probably gonna do that with all the quarterbacks. Up until you've moved up 28 spots. You've kind of seemed like you've been here for a while now. And we'll favorite you as well. 2-3. I doubt you're good, but it will be nice to have just any quarterback if they have a hidden dev. We have a weekly strategy. We are going against the Jaguars with 89 overall X Factor Trevor Lawrence and 91 overall running back James Robinson. And then we're going up against 90 overall superstar Miles Jack 87 overall, Shaquille Griffin. I think we blitz counter. I don't know why, I just have a feeling they might be blitzing a lot. We just signed our potential new offensive coordinator. And a backup is going to be injured for this game. So if Grady Jarrett gets injured, we might be screwed. And no Igmanogany gets injured as soon as we give him this, the extension. So that means Saquon Hampton is going to get the start. This could be huge for us. No Igmanogany is going to be out 2 weeks. And Dante Fowler Jr. cannot return yet. And Larry Mabry, he's also going to be out 2 weeks. So that means 68 overall, Saquon Hampton, the 26-year-old fifth-year player out of Rutgers, is going to get to start probably the next 2 weeks. And Fabian Moreau will be the backup, who is a cornerback. So that kind of shows how slim we are getting. He's only going to be out 2 weeks, so we don't really want to put him on IR. That wouldn't be very good. As we are going to kick this off, we are almost 20 minutes into recording, so I am going to have to hurry it up. Which means, like, I will probably have to fast forward in a few bits, or like, try and trim the video down a bit. Trevor Lawrence is having a very solid season, though. Trevor Lawrence is going to look to throw in the first play of the game. He's going to elect to dump it off to, I believe that is the tight end. And that's going to be enough for a yard. That is Dalton Schultz on the reception, former Dallas Cowboy. 2nd and 9 now from the 28. Orange looking. He's going deep. He is nearly intercepted, but could not bring it down is A.J. Terrell. That's going to bring up an early 3rd down and 9. Orange. The screen pass is incomplete. And that's going to bring up 4th down. And the punting unit is out there. It is a nice rainy day. And going to start at the 24 is this Falcons offense. With newly acquired quarterback Kirk Cousins, who is rocking number 15. Not having the greatest season. But if I had to say at the moment, it's better than what Chris Horn was having. And plus, I'd rather not have to, choose to commit to a guy. Like, he is more than likely not being brought back, and if he is, it's going to be a 1-year deal. And that's going to be a handoff to the other. No, it's not. That is Steve Wesley. We were hoping to see a bit of Melvin Gordon early on, as Steve Wesley got a gain of 1. Kirk Cousins with his first throw. It's going to be on the run and incomplete. It was a pretty accurate pass, but the receiver could not find the ball. And Carolina and Tampa Bay are playing. Winner of that game will be leading the division, by the way. So an early 3rd and 9 for this Falcons offense as well. Cousins. He is going to go down. That is Miles Jack with the sack, I believe. That might be Josh Allen, actually. You're not able to see the name. But that's going to bring up 4th and 23, and the punting unit is out there. So the offensive line's already going back to its old ways. And a fair catch is signaled at the 48-yard line, and that's where this Jaguars offense will start their second drive after a 3-and-out on their first drive. Lawrence is going to look to throw on first down. And Keandre Jones takes him down with the sack. That's going to be a loss of 11. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 21 from the 36. It's going to be a handoff. And James Robinson gets a yard. That's going to bring up 3rd and 20. That was Deion Jones, who just got the massive 4-year extension. 3rd and 20. Trevor Lawrence. He is going deep. And his one-on-one coverage. And going up and catching it. Over A.J. Terrell. Is Reed. A.J. Terrell really was just put in a bad position for that ball. Was forced to play the outside behind. Just wasn't very good for him. So ultimately, I feel like A.J. Terrell was trying to set him up for the interception. But then the receiver got in front of him and just didn't really have enough space. And that's going to be a touchdown. That is superstar receiver, number 3. And we are not able to see the name once again. The Saints are playing the Packers. The Packers were one of 2 teams that are considering trading. Because those were the only 2 teams. Well, there was the Saints who had green interest, but the Saints would have had to give us something incredible for us to give him a quarterback. The Falcons look to start their drive at the 25 after they start out with a 3-and-out. The Jaguars now with nearly maxed out momentum already. It's going to be a handoff. That's Melvin Gordon. He's going to get free on the play. His first carry as a Atlanta Falcon. It's going to be a toss outside. That's Melvin Gordon again. He's going to be rocking number 4. And there is a penalty flag. This is on Morgan Moses, who we brought in. He has not played very well, but it is fine. He is an older guy, so Melvin Gordon getting a pretty solid carry there as he cut it back. He's going to pick up 7 on the play, you're going to say, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 9. Third and 9. Kirk Cousins looking. Likes to check it down, and that's going to be caught at the 33-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th and 2. That was Kyle Pitts on the reception. And Tampa Bay takes an early 7-0 lead against the Panthers, as you can see in the bottom. They're going to elect to return this and not get very far, as they have a superstar returner. This team seems to have a lot of superstars. I believe that is Mike Hughes. They have an X-Factor receiver, it looks like. Lawrence gets hit as he throws, and it's going to be complete. That is Reed, I believe, making a second amazing catch. He is currently 2 for 72 this game. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle to Robinson, who's going to take it up to the 47 for a gain of 2. Boyose DeLucin was there to tackle him. 2nd and 8 now. Orange looking. Hit as he throws again, and that pass is caught and dropped by Reed. And Carolina makes the score 7-6. I believe they missed the extra point, I would guess. And that pass is complete. That is to Reed, but he is going to be short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and 3. And the field goal unit is out there for a 59-yard attempt in the rain. Kick is up, and it is going to be well short and well to the right.
Here we go. Here we go.
And now you give the Falcons the ball at the 49-yard line. Cousins Checks it down. That's going to be complete. That's Marquise Brown. He takes it up to the 37. That's enough for a first down. That is going to do it for the quarter. There's the first quarter stats for those of you who are curious. First and 10 now from the 37. Jaguars lead 7-0 entering the second quarter. This is a handoff, and it's going to go for a lot of yards. That's Steve Wesley getting the carry, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Steve Wesley got drafted in the second round in the draft last year. The Falcons were very high on him, but ultimately he got the start in preseason, but did not do well enough. So they elected to start Kevin Fox. Kevin Fox, he's been doing very well. And that's going to be complete in the end zone for a touchdown. That is Marquise Brown, I believe. And now an extra point away from tying this game up at 7. But back to Steve Wesley. Got the start in preseason. And the kick is good. Tied at 7. He did not play very well, so they gave the start to Kevin Fox. They then elected to start Javion Hawkins. I believe it's Javion. And the safety is named Jalen. We have 2 Jay Hawkins, if you don't know. So he was the first string going into this. And then we also brought in Darrell Williams, who was the starting power back and third down back. So Steve Wesley, who was that role last year, now got benched after that. And it was just horrible for him. Now he is the third string once again, but he is the third down back now. So he should come in on some third down plays. Or third down formations. But this may be, next year may be his year, is what the Falcons are hoping. It's going to be that make or break year for him. He's going into year 3. He was drafted in the second round, so you expect high quality performance, especially as a running back. If you're drafted in the second round as a running back, you're usually one of the better running backs in the draft. As that's a huge gain on the play by number 1. Not able to see the name. As under 5 minutes go in the half. It's going to be a handoff to Robinson. He's going to break a tackle, and he's going to be down at the 45. Number 1, that is Travis Etienne. I should have known that. In real life, I have his autograph. I have it framed, actually. That's going to be a handoff. That's Etienne. He's going to fight his way up to the 29. Averaging 14 yards a carry. We didn't really game plan for him. We game planned for James Robinson. Now Travis Etienne is starting to steal the show a bit. So we've done well with James Robinson at the moment. He's 6 carries for 9 yards. Lawrence on second 9, looking to throw. That pass is complete for a gain of 3. That is Dalton Schultz. Looks like he may have been out of bounds, but they're going to say he caught it. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 6. Lawrence looking. He has James Robinson. He gets the first down. No one covered James Robinson, but there was 2 people roughly in the area, and Carolina takes a 13-7 lead over Tampa Bay. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Lawrence, he's launching it, and that's going to be complete. That is Reed, and he's going to get into the end zone, and that is going to be a Jaguars touchdown. Reed is having a very good game so far. And Jacksonville takes a 14-7 lead, and they now have max momentum at the moment. This kick is going to be returned from the 9, and it's going to get up to the 25, they're going to say. So
Come on now, let's go.
sorry about that. Trying to clean my microphone off a bit to improve the quality. But when I do that, I'm pretty sure it hurts you guys' ears, so I'm sorry about that. But there's 2 minutes left to go. Calvin Ridley got a reception of 9 yards on the play. Drew Lock. Or not Drew Lock. What? How did that name come out? Kirk Cousins. Drew Lock was the quarterback for us last season, if you didn't know. Well, one of 3. And that pass is going to be intercepted. That is Drew Tranquil. What a work. Kirk Cousins was just trying to get the first down, it appeared, but in the process threw an interception. And now Trevor Lawrence, he's going to roll out, and Grady Jarrett is going to get to him back at the 49. That's going to bring up 2nd and 23. Lawrence is going to throw. A quick pass. That's going to be complete to number 17. That's going to bring up 3rd and 15 from the 42, I believe. And there was a timeout on the play. Timeout by Jacksonville. So, it looks like they're going to try and think it over. Are they going to go for the first down, or are they just going to go for a reasonable field goal? And that's incomplete, but there is a penalty. And it's pass interference. It's on A.J. Terrell. And that's going to be enough for a first down. Robinson gets the catch. Here's where the Falcons are struggling at the moment. A.J. Terrell, you'd expect top-notch performance from him. He hasn't really came to play, it appears. And James Robinson on the run after catches is destroying us as Tampa Bay takes a 14-13 lead over Carolina. Lawrence back of the end zone, and that pass is intercepted. That's A.J. Terrell.
Hey, let's go.
Falcons now got the ball at the 25-yard line. 43 seconds and 3 timeouts. Kirk Cousins, he's going to go deep. And Calvin Ridley cannot hold on. He had it. He just dropped it. And Kirk Cousins throws an interception now. That is Shaquille Griffin, I believe. And Carolina takes a 20-14 lead. And now Jacksonville's at the 44-yard line with 2 timeouts. And Lawrence, wide open. That's Reed. Down to the 13 with 23 seconds left. And that's a touchdown to number 3. I still can't see who that is. It's not ever going to tell me the name or nothing. That's Adams. That's Devontae Adams. I completely forgot they got him in free agency. The kick is up, and it is good. The Jaguars now lead 21-7. And that's going to be returned. Solid return on the play by George Claypool up to the 27. But with 15 seconds left, we're probably just going to see a run play here. And Melvin Gordon breaks one big. And the Falcons take a timeout. With 10 seconds left, the Falcons may be able to get a field goal out of this. Kirk Cousins looking to throw. And that's going to be a loss of 1. Tried to throw what appeared to be a dump off to Kyle Pitts and hope he ran upfield. Kirk Cousins, he's going deep. This is the Hail Mary. And it's going to be caught by Calvin Ridley. But going to be down at the 8. Kirk Cousins not having a very good game. Here's the first half stats for those of you who are curious. So we take a look around the league. Starting off, Carolina at Tampa Bay. Carolina leads that game 20-17. Sam Darnold with a touchdown. McCaffrey with a touchdown. Drew Lock with a touchdown. Ronald Jones with a touchdown. Mike Evans with a touchdown. Winner of this game will lead the division. Philadelphia and Washington. Washington leads that game 24-7. We have bad experiences with both these teams. And next, Cleveland at Indianapolis. Cleveland leads that game 14-10. Baker Mayfield with 2 touchdown passes. Carson Wentz with a touchdown pass to Will Fuller. OBJ with a touchdown catch. We have bad experiences with Washington and Philadelphia. Philadelphia blew us out 42-0 earlier this season, and Washington, I believe, beat us like 38-10 last season. They went on to get the 1 seed, and I believe they were a one and done in the playoffs in terms of where they were. I believe they lost in the divisional round after getting the first round bye. And Philadelphia managed to make the Super Bowl as the 6th seed, I believe, that year. But they did lose to Kansas City with a rookie quarterback. And yet this year they decide that they're going to sign quarterback Aaron Rodgers out of free agency. And it seems to be working out for him. We were kind of confused with the move because you have a rookie quarterback right there. Kirk Cousins with play action. And that's going to be a contested but caught ball. That is C.J. Ham, the fullback, I believe. That's going to bring up 3rd and 3 from the 35. And that's going to be complete. That is Steve Wesley. He gets involved in the pass game. It's going to be a handoff. That's Melvin Gordon, I believe. No, that is Steve Wesley. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I need to start memorizing these running backs, apparently. 2nd and 1 now. Kirk Cousins, he's going deep. He must see something he likes. And that pass is nearly intercepted. Calvin Ridley had to play more defense than he did offense there, as Kirk Cousins overthrew that pass a tiny bit to make it where the defender had a way better chance of catching that ball. And Kirk Cousins is going to go down. Ultimately, that was great blocking on the play. That is Hamilton. But Cousins did not back up at all. So it was pretty easy for him to get sacked in that situation. And Presley Harvin, he shanks the punt. And now Trevor Lawrence heads back out here. Already up 21-7. Already having an amazing game. Especially to Reed. Okay, I'm not gonna really complain. But why am I not able to skip this, EA? Like, I'm on a time crunch in terms of when this video needs to be done. Because I only have an hour limit, apparently. And yet, it's gonna take forever. Are you kidding me? And that pass is complete to Devontae Adams up to 38 for a gain of probably 8.5. They're gonna say 9 yards. Bring up 2nd and 1 now. And Trevor Lawrence officially has his X Factor activated. Lawrence checks it down, and that's going to be complete to Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz is going to keep rumbling across midfield to the 43. And this game already seems like it's a Jacksonville win. And you got to wonder, when is Atlanta going to get their next win? They started out this season 2-0, and they have since gone 0-4, potentially 0-5 after this game. From how this game seems to be going. As that's a great stop by the Falcons defense. James Robinson going nowhere. And it's all due to the offensive coordinator, I believe. If we can establish a quarterback, we've had dead last in terms of offense the past 2 seasons. And we've gone through 3 different coordinators. Lawrence just electing to throw that pass away. And we are going to see a punt instead of a 60-yard field goal attempt. And that is a shanked punt. Speed down at the 20.
Here we go.
First and 10 now from 20. It's going to be a toss to Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon's going to lose a yard on the play. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Something I've noticed is this offensive coordinator loves throwing toss passes. Or tosses. Like the halfback toss, like the outside runs, all that. That was a gain of 4, and that was Derek Gore. And looking to check it down once again, it's Kirk Cousins. There is the whole problem with the Falcons franchise. I don't know why I added franchise, but this Falcons team. And then the Jaguars are going to start at 26. Is the fact that no matter what quarterback we get, Matt Ryan, Tyrod Taylor, Drew Lock, Chris Horn, now Cam Newton, now Kirk Cousins. No matter what quarterback we seem to have, besides Cam Newton, they only throw checkdowns or deep passes that are almost guaranteed interceptions, it feels like. That was a nice play by Trevor Lawrence and Devontae Adams. And the hard part about this is quarterbacks are the hardest position to trade for. So we're going to need to either draft a guy or get lucky with one of them landing in free agency. Because every quarterback we've gotten has not played anywhere near expectations. They've practically played like a bottom 5 quarterback in the league. Cam Newton was the only one I really liked. He's still on the team, but he is so inaccurate, it appears. So there's the problem with that. If Cam Newton could just be even the slightest bit more accurate, we will probably be a good team. And there's the end of quarter 3. As 3rd and 6 now. It's going to be a pass. And Devontae Adams cannot hold on to that pass. And that's going to bring up 4th and 6. And the field goal unit's out there to attempt a 56-yarder, I believe. And it is up. And it is no good. It is wide to the left. He had the distance that time. He just could not have the accuracy. And now the Falcons get the ball at their own 46. So if this drive does not go well, it practically summarizes this Falcon. And there's a penalty on the play, but Gordon, I believe that is, takes it up to 41, but there is a penalty. And Addison Nolan, the rookie, can't be making those mistakes. One of the first good plays this Falcons team gets this game, and it's going back due to penalty. Kirk Cousins launching it, and that pass, once again, nearly intercepted. Second and 20. That pass. Check down. They're going to say that was incomplete. Is that what they're saying? They're saying he caught it for a gain of 4. That pass was a check down. Also, nearly intercepted. 3rd and 16. Cousins just throws the ball away, avoiding the sack. Somehow managing to avoid a sack. And now 4th and 16. Cousins looking off the back foot, he's going deep, and that pass is intercepted. It was incomplete, but and that's how it goes, huh? There's a handoff to Robinson. He breaks one big. He takes it up to the 30 for a gain of 9.5. We're such a bad organization, it feels like. Like, the only thing we can do at this point is just tank for like 2 seasons. Because our team is never going to be good unless if we get a quarterback. And it sucks because we have probably one of the best rosters in the league outside of quarterback and I guess offensive line. But like that's just what happens. Quarterback is the hardest position to get good. So like we potentially had our guy in Chris Warren, but he just did not seem to be that guy. And there's a fumble on the play. And all of a sudden the Falcons have life. Was he down? They're going to say no. They're going to say he fumbled that ball. And it's going to be a play action. Cousins. And down he goes. That's Josh Allen, I believe. I hate the fact that they have all these camera angles, but yet they can't show me what the player's name is. That check down, that's actually probably one of the good check downs. That is Melvin Gordon. I cannot tell if that was Gordon or George Claiborne. That's going to be enough for a first down. Falcons better hurry, though. They can't be playing around with this clock. And there's the screen pass. That is Steve Wesley. No, that is Darrell Williams. No, that was Steve Wesley. He gets a first down. Just over 3 minutes left to go now. Cousins surveying. And he's going to go down once again. Once again. There it is. Josh Allen. Okay, finally. Show me the player name. Thank you. 2.5 minutes left to go now. 2nd and 20. Cousins. Looking. That's Darrell Williams, I believe. No, that might have been Philip Madden, actually. That was Steve Wesley. I couldn't have been wrong. And Tampa Bay ties the game up at 20 against Carolina. Cousins taking his sweet old time. And 4th and 27. I guess I accidentally exited. I don't know. What? 4th and 27. This is the game. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. No, he didn't get it. He was just short. Derek Gore was probably half a yard short.
There we go.
That is heartbreaking.
Hey, all day, baby. Get nowhere.
Okay, 3rd and 6 now. The good news is a first down ends it, so I'd be guaranteed under the hour mark, because at this rate, I don't know. And Lawrence goes down, and that's going to result in no first down, and that is going to mean this game potentially may have to be scrapped in terms of, you know, not in terms of like redo, like we're not going to replay the game. It's like you guys might not be able to see this video because it's going to be over an hour, and Tampa Bay takes a 23-20 lead. If you don't know, I use Share Factory. That's like the app you use for PlayStation when it comes down to editing. And I can't record for over an hour per video. But like, and that's going to be a fumble. And down at the 20, that's going to be 3rd and 24. And Tampa Bay, or Carolina takes a 27-20 lead. That pass is nearly intercepted. Now 4th and 24. This is the game. Cleveland defeats. Voice crack. Cleveland defeats Indianapolis 21-10. Kirk Cousins, he's just gonna launch it. And Ridley goes up and catches it. Down at the 22. And he got out of bounds, which stops the clock. And Washington defeats Philadelphia 38-14. That was a bloodbath. And there's a penalty that may be roughing the passer. No, of course it isn't. Because this O-line is just so crap, isn't it? Ashton Owen, you're benched. We can't take you anymore. Like, you're going to be on the team next season, but Greg Little's getting his spot back. You haven't allowed a sack, I don't think, but, like, holding penalties are not good either. And that pass is going to sail incomplete. 2nd and 20 now. Kirk Cousins, and that's going to do it. That sack right there just ended Kirk Cousins' career in Atlanta as a starting quarterback. Let's throw it deep. There we go. And incomplete. Kyle Pitts cannot come down with it. Kirk Cousins, you just got it. Trevor Lawrence was 22 for 29, 262, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Kirk Cousins, 17 for 30, 253, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He had a pretty solid game. We're going to give him the start next week. I'm not happy about it, though. James Robinson, 13 for 33. Melvin Gordon, 5 for 27. Steve Wesley, 3 for 23. Travis Etienne, 2 for 28. Receiving Dalton Schultz was 7 for 43. Travis Reed, the rookie, 6 for 137. 22.8 average and a touchdown. Kyle Pitts was 5 for 66. Steve Wesley, 4 for 32. Devontae Adams, 4 for 47 and 2 touchdowns. James Robinson, 3 for 21. Derek Gore, 2 for 30. Gavin Ridley, 2 for 67. Marquise Brown, 2 for 34 and a touchdown. CJ Ham, 1 for 7. Braxton Berrios, 1 for 8. Travis Etienne, 1 for 6. And Melvin Gordon, 1 for 17. 4 sacks allowed by Addison Owen. You're benched. Oh my God. You're literally the reason we lost that game practically. 3 sacks for Cam Robinson, 1 for Morgan Moses, 1 for Matt Hennessy, 1 for Ben Barch, 1 for Chris Lindstrom. Addison Owen is just not ready to start yet. Oops. 3 sacks for Keandre Jones, 3 for Josh Allen, 2 for Dwayne Smoot, 1 for Devon Hamilton, 1 for Grady Jarrett, and 1 for Caleb Von Chason. An interception for Drew Crankle, Shaquille Griffin, and AJ Terrell. Kicking, Cody Parkey was not good at all. Both sides were perfect on extra points. Punting, Presley Harlan was 4 for 150. Jake Bailey 3 for 109. Rakeem Hughes was 1 for 18. George Claiborne 2 for 34. CJ Ham 1 for 15. Punt return, Rakeem Hughes was 2 for 7. George Claiborne 1 for 2. And I'm shocked we were able to finish this video after the early start. Or the late start. Because Melvin Gordon has an upgrade. That is good. And we're just going to quickly manage our roster quickly. We're going to make a few roster changes. Greg Little is on to be back as starter. We're going to let Derek Gore start over Philip Madden. Other than that, I think we're good. I must say as well, very great game from Saquon at Hampton. Coming into this game, probably had no starting experience, and he played his heart out. Unfortunately, we were not able to get to win, so we dropped to 2-5. And next week we will be playing the 5-2 Houston Texans. I don't think we'll probably play that game. I think we're just gonna sim this game and watch the Panthers game. Ooh, we do have a week. No, we're gonna watch it actually. We have a breakout player. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. And the Panthers did beat the Buccaneers, so the Panthers do move to first place in the division. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.